At Numerian Capital, we bring you the latest stock news each day. Please like and subscribe so we can bring these articles to you each day. Thank you.
Today, January 3, 2023, FTX leader Sam Bankman-Fried to make first U.S. courtroom appearance. Sam Bankman-Fried is making his first, and far from last appearance in the U.S. court. FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried is making his first appearance in a U.S. courtroom today. Bankman-Fried will begin a long legal battle, starting with the delivery of the charges he faces. His legal team is planning on taking these charges head-on, beginning with a not guilty plea. FTX, FTTUSD, news continues to speedily mount, and there are no signs of that changing in 2023. A sore reminder of last year's failures in crypto, Sam Bankman-Fried's company is still spiraling out of control. The man himself is in a much more precarious situation, facing some harsh charges which could land him in prison for the rest of his life. Investors are getting their first peek at Bankman-Fried in a U.S. courtroom today as he faces these charges in person. The frightening speed with which FTX fell from a household name and crypto exchange favorite to a disgraced and bankrupted scheme is jarring, to say the least. All it took was an inside look at the company's balance sheet to see that the company was only acting like an altruistic, customer-first trading tool on paper. Of course, this news has also made Bankman-Fried a quickly infamous figure, marred as much by bad public image as he is the quick depletion of his billions of dollars in personal wealth. Through the month of December, the chatter was getting louder around the punishment for Bankman-Fried. Being in such a new and unregulated space had some questioning how much trouble the executive could actually find himself in. It wasn't long before he was yanked from his penthouse in the Bahamas and taken to a courtroom, where he was arrested on charges levied by the U.S. government. Since then, the FTX co-founder has faced extradition to the U.S. and a $250 million bail, which was ultimately paid just before the holiday season. Now living at home with his parents, under careful watch by contracted armed guards, Bankman-Fried and his legal team are mounting what will need to be a Herculean defense against charges which threaten to put him in jail for over a century. Sam Bankman-Fried to plead not guilty in Tuesday's court appearance. FTX is starting its new year in the midst of a climb out of its deep bankruptcy trap. Now led by John Ray III, the company is scrounging through the little documentation Bankman-Fried left behind to uncover assets. Bankman-Fried himself is in a completely different legal situation. On Tuesday, the former CEO of FTX is seeing his debut in the U.S. court. Bankman-Fried will be appearing in a Manhattan court to be delivered the 8 charges he faces. These charges range from money laundering to wire fraud to campaign finance regulation violations. Reports suggest that Bankman-Fried will plead not guilty to these charges. The plea sets him off a very tumultuous path ahead. Indeed, several of Bankman-Fried's former partners and allies have already struck plea deals with federal prosecutors. Alameda Research CEO Caroline Ellison and FTX co-founder Gary Wang will both be testifying against Bankman-Fried in the investigation. As two of the closest people to the FTX collapse, their testimony could be very damning. All the while, FTX US has another legal challenge of its own to deal with against the Bahamian government. Bahamian liquidators and the FTX team led by Ray are having it out. The two parties are disputing the Bahamas' need for internal documentation to liquidate both the non-U.S. sect of the company. The Bahamian government is also battling FTX US liquidators' claim that the company is worth $296 million. The Securities Commission of the Bahamas says that it has seized over $3.5 billion in assets from the company. This implies creditors are severely undervaluing the company in its court proceedings.
Thanks for watching Numerian Capital News. Please come back tomorrow for another stock news update. Thank you.